All right, guys, welcome back to Crawford Farms Entertainment. Today, we're going to continue the story of how I ended up being this middle-aged guy that watches cartoons and anime. And we're also going to check out my new avatar, and I think this one's a little bit better. So before we get started, make sure you click like and subscribe and hit that notification icon so that you won't miss any of our anime content.
Welcome back to Crawford Farms Entertainment. Now, what do you do when you get knocked down? Do you lie there in defeat, call it quits? Or do you get up and try again? Well, of course you get up and try again, right? But what if you get knocked down 9 times in a row? How many times can you tell yourself, I'll get them the next time? Or do you make excuses for yourself or blame the coaches or claim you were cheated? I won't lie, the thought was tempting. But the thing about wrestling is you're facing off against a single opponent wearing nothing but some spandex. You have very few options to blame for a loss. You can't blame the judge, you can't blame your team or your equipment. You learn to own your losses. And I owned all 9 of mine. My hat goes off to any wrestler or athlete who loses and keeps on losing but doesn't give up. Why? Because it builds character, a trait forged in the flames of adversity that never burns hotter than when you're locked in 1-to-1 combat. I ended the season still awkward, still weird, but on top of all of that, I was the laughing stock of the wrestling room. I wish I could say that I ended the season and started training to come back as an ascended Super Saiyan warrior like Goku, but I didn't even know what that was at the time. No, I went back to being me, out of place and not knowing where I fit in. I did get a group of friends that I was hanging out with, but all we did was get into trouble together. We were not good for each other. I remember we all got arrested together, and I played the interrogation as cool as a cucumber while these jokers were freaking out the whole time. And then, when we all get released, they tried to flip the script when we got back to school and made it seem as if I was the one that was terrified. I talked about how I fought in middle school, but I didn't go into detail. It was bad. And that should have been a telltale sign that I had something seriously wrong with me psychologically. I got into one fight because a kid and I were standing in front of the music room. And I'm not sure why I did it. Maybe I was playing or joking, but I threw a pen and hit him in his back. As soon as I did it, I instantly regretted it and thought to myself, what the heck is wrong with you? You better play it off as if you didn't do it. Well, sure enough, the kid turns around and asks me if I did it. I said, no, I didn't do it. He responded, haha, just stop playing. You're the only one here. Of course you did it. I insisted I didn't do it. Then he said, whatever, stop. And he didn't get to finish his sentence because I ended up punching him in the face. Then my sister tried to give me an S-curl. Now this is a different occasion, but my sister tried to give me an S-curl. I can't remember what musician had their hair all curly and stuff, and I wanted my hair like that. But instead of curls, this chemical didn't take right, and my hair got really straight and spiky. I kind of looked like Bert. I get to school and a few kids start calling me Spike Lee. I fought one of these kids that was making fun of me, then got suspended for 10 days, and came back and fought the other one only to get suspended for another 10 days. So when I tell you having these kids clown me and me not end up getting into a fight, it speaks volumes for the person that I was starting to evolve into. I didn't get into a fight with him. I simply stopped associating with it. The wrestling season of my sophomore year started. And at the first match of the season, I was hoping just to make it to the second period of the match. Last year, all of my losses, all 9 of them, may have added up to one full match. We weighed in, and I made weight no problem. I was actually small for my weight. The guy I saw weigh in at my weight class didn't look too mean, so I was thinking, wow, I could possibly make it to the end of this match. I got excited, we warmed up, and I started to think I had a chance. Not a chance of winning, a chance of making it to the end of the match. They sent their captains out to do the coin flip, and after they came back, the coach was excited. He was laying out his plan for how the lineup would go, and he said, hey, Irving, you got their captain, and after you beat him, we will hop on the bus and get the heck out of here. Okay, now I'm thinking two things. One, it was crazy that he was saying we would have to rush out of the gym after we beat these guys. This was our crosstown rival, and things might get crazy after we beat them. But two, did he just say after I win? Who did this guy think he was talking to? Did he not remember what happened to me last year? Plus, this was their captain. Was he just trying to do some kind of weird coach mind game, coaching psychology, and try and trick me into thinking that I had a chance of winning? When they called my match, I stepped out there more nervous than ever before. My legs were shaking. I realized that my hands were shaking too. In my mind, the coach might as well have wrapped me in this big red bow and pushed me out on the mat, because I was definitely going to be a gift of 6 points for this opposing team. The ref blew the whistle, and instantly this dude shot in on my legs. It was like in the blink of an eye. I could have crapped myself right then and there, but in that moment I felt something strange, and it wasn't me crapping myself. Try as he might, he could not take me down. Was my mutant power awakening? Of course not. Finally, we ended up going out of bounds with no points scored. Then I looked up at the scoreboard and realized I had made it almost an entire minute. Now, making it a minute for me is huge, because all of my matches previously were super quick. I got pinned very quickly in my previous matches. Now, me and my crazy mind, I'm really trying to figure out what's going on here. Was I really getting superpowers? Suddenly, I shot in, and then I took him down. The period ended, and I was winning. For the first time in my high school wrestling career, I was winning. Yo, this was insane. I felt like Bruce Leroy when he got the glow, or Hot Rod from the Transformers when he opened the Matrix of Leadership. As the match went on and I scored takedown after takedown, I realized that I could actually wrestle. Somehow the coach knew it. Then, in a scenario akin to Leroy's flashback,
it's the master!
There is one place that you have not looked, and it is there, only there, that you shall find the master.
So when he was seeing all these people saying, "You look like a master to me," and all of that, I realized that I could always wrestle. In practice, with the exception of the best kids in the room, like the guy that used to beat the crap out of me, I did well against most of my teammates. I would just psych myself out before the matches. The match ended, and I had more points than my opponent. It wasn't instantly apparent to me what that meant, because I had never experienced it before. I had won the match. All it took was someone to believe in me. Now I was starting to have confidence, and I was starting to win more and more matches. As the season progressed, I was even ranked in the county, and I even made captain. Things were going fantastic until I met her. So this girl saw me at practice. She said she thought I was cute and that I was now her new boyfriend. Now, I won't lie, I was still hyper socially awkward. So part of me didn't realize that declining her offer was an option. As I learned more about her, I should have known to stay away. Her ex was like the most popular dude on campus. Staff loved him. The ladies loved him. He was definitely a lot better looking than me. He could drive and was a black belt in karate. That's right, you heard it. He was a black belt in karate. He might have been a hero of mine if not for this scenario. In fact, the dude did this karate demonstration in front of the school at this assembly presentation. I watched that presentation and I was thinking the whole time I could probably whoop this dude's butt. But I didn't realize that the day could possibly come where I might actually have to prove it. I was thinking to myself, this dude is legit a future movie star. And I was just some broke loser who won a few matches. What was this girl thinking? I was constantly trying to find ways out of the relationship. I didn't really like her like that. All right, not my type. I would say I was like Goku and she was like Chi-Chi, But no, this was not that cool. Well, that's it for now. Next time, we'll see how this situation ends up. Will me and Karate Boy throw down? Or do me and Chi-Chi get married? Lord, there better be an option C somewhere. Until next time, make sure you click like and subscribe. Hit the notification icon so that you won't miss the follow-up to this insanity. And until next time, stay awesome, my friends.